It's all good. All good in the hood. What's good, everybody? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
All right. So, look, on today's episode of Keeping It Animated, we're going to be talking about Hotel Transylvania.
Hotel Transylvania.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know how you want to start. We didn't discuss a draft, did we?
We did not, so we're gonna make it up on the fly and have some fun with it.
All
So,
right. Sounds great to me.
and I got some ideas. So let's get it. Um, I have a lot of pros and a lot of cons. So
I have 3 cons and a decent amount of pros.
let's start with your cons, and then we'll do my cons, and then your pros, then my pros.
All right. Sounds great to me. All right. So, for my first con, I'm going to have to say the whole fake village scenario really rubbed me the wrong way. It just bothered me a lot. Like, I understand trying to be a good dad, or not even a good, like, yeah, I understand trying to be a good dad and knowing how humans used to be and your backstory and very overprotective, yeah, but like to immediately try to scare her out of it really just rubbed me the wrong way.
So I see what you mean on that, and I got it. I don't think I put that down at all. But I feel like it's a plot armor situation.
Amy, explain plot armor.
Okay, it's her birthday. Cool. She wants to go see a village. She's gonna fly to Hawaii, not knowing where that's at. And her dad's like, "Hey, there's a village right outside," and he set it up. What happens to them? They get caught on fire.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks humans hate monsters, so she's back into the hotel. And then, how does Johnny get to the hotel?
By following the zombies.
The fire dudes. Exactly. Plot armor. That's why they did it.
Wait, let
Okay,
me.
sorry, I interrupted your side so bad.
No, I understand it was for the plot and everything. It just, I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way because, like, come
I
on,
know,
bro.
as an actual sequence, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah. All right.
Like
Oh,
he could have went about it so many different ways.
most definitely could have did it in different ways and could have, like, I would say at least let her like explore a little bit, and just keep a watchful eye on her if something happened and he could pop up and be like, I told you. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
the whole village thing and it's like, and the fact that you put time and effort into doing it is crazy to me.
He should have just showed her Twilight and just went from there.
This is how
This is what
humans.
the humans think of us.
Most definitely, most definitely. All right. My second
Yeah.
con is, how does Johnny afford all these trips, man? I need to know, like, how does he just get around like this? Because he said he's basically been everywhere, and this man, he doesn't give me a high earner or anything like that. He just seems like he just somehow lucks his way into these different areas and places.
So my thought process on that, because I thought of that when I first ever saw the movie. I'm like, this man's been to India. I got two
Just
thoughts. One is he's a hitchhiker. Two, his parents pay for it. Or three, both.
probably a mix of both of those.
Because he does say when Dracula takes his bag, he's like, that has everything I own in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
no,
the
I
movie's from like 2012 or something, and he has an MP3 player. But at
yeah.
the time, smartphones were starting to have music on it.
So yeah, I just want to know, like, how does he do that? How does he afford that? And I think I make that a con because it's like, one, it wasn't explained. And two, we know
It
how
doesn't make sense.
expensive traveling is. That doesn't make sense of how he was just everywhere.
And he got a plane ticket at the end of the movie like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing. I don't know. I don't know. All right, my last con, that snitching rat, bro.
The what?
The snitching rat. The rat that was like just so quick to be like, oh, there's a human around here. What was the name? Esmeralda, I think the rat's name was.
Yeah, yeah. Because then it was Quasimodo who was the personnel.
And I find it hilarious. I saw a post that somebody pointed out earlier. It was like, y'all remember that monster in Hotel Transylvania that was just French? It's like that was the whole point
And
behind it. It was just French.
no, Quasimodo.
He was a hunchback, but
Yeah, was that not the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
it was. But it was just
And
funny
where
because
does
he was
that take
French.
place? Oh crap! That just hit me. What is what is the girl that he likes in the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I don't know.
Esmeralda.
Ah, that's smart.
That just hit me. Sorry, fantasy football keeps telling me about people getting hurt, and I don't. That makes me sad.
Oof.
But I'll jump into mine because I got six. One's kind of a both pro and not. Uh, Number one, why didn't Mavis leave sooner? Like,
This.
like what they're saying is that she's turning 18. This is her 18th birthday,
Hmm.
and we know how teens be. We were teens at one point. She would have really dipped out of there and explored on her own if she really wanted to.
I think it was the. Yeah, that
Respect and
makes
love for a loving parent.
that, and then like he probably drilled it into her mind that hey, your mom, because he was going sicko mode with how humans are bad, and like all the stories he was telling her and everything, and he probably told her how her mom died. So it was like, okay, I want to wait until I have like permission to leave, so I don't go out and die. What
Number two, keep it simple. Why are humans so scary?
do you mean? Like,
Like, think about it. They are so scared of humans. But then you have a monster that literally eats a scooter like it's nothing. Bigfoot, who's 137 feet tall. Dracula, who has all these magical powers, super strengths, mind control abilities. Frankenstein, who's basically 7'5", 495 pounds of pure diesel muscle. Like, all these people have, like, they could wipe out an entire city if they really tried. Like, I
oh,
know humans can come together.
what's here?
What?
What's here? One sec.
Oh, his food series.
Keep
Oh,
the
it's
chat
keeping me going
entertained.
alive. Let's
Keep them
go. Let's
entertained.
go. Let's go. I'm gonna keep going with this. But seriously, how are humans this scary? I don't get it. Like, like I like to think I'm pretty athletic and like a physical specimen. I'm not even close. I'll be honest with you. Like D1 athletes are physical specimen. I'm not. At close, I'm a long snapper. Anybody gets that. But they are really like these mentalities. Like humans are scary. And the funny part where the little boy is there, minding his own business licking ice cream, and he got photos of it, Dracula specifically. And Dracula's over here like, you're human, you foul, evil scum. And I just don't get it. I really just don't. Makes zero sense to me how humans are this scary. Okay? Because like you could give me the scariest humans. Put prime Mike Tyson against Dracula. Dracula's 1-0 every time. Will end Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson might get one punch in there, knock Dracula silly for about 10 minutes. But Dracula's like 6'11". Like Johnny was probably all of 5'8", 5'9", and Dracula standing straight up was like 7 foot even. Like it's crazy. It's crazy that this is how they feel. Makes no sense. And he's back.
What bullshit were you
What'd you
sprouting?
get? Oh, I just continued about how are humans scary to them when I said Dracula would go against prime Mike Tyson and defeat him every time. Mike Tyson get the one lucky punch in, sleeping, but Dracula's still not going down. You know what I mean?
I think it's just more like the indomitable human spirit. You know what I mean?
It,
Like
it,
he did lose his wife. They were
they
both
just set
strong
the building on
vampires.
fire.
Yeah, like, but no, because then they
And
break
how did
into.
they? Was it garlic bread that they set on fire? Like how did they get defeated? It made no sense to me, son. Like she died in a fire. Anybody said now this comes up. Hold on, I need to check something.
Check your facts.
Okay, I
Get your
didn't
facts
write this.
checked.
No, I didn't write. No, I didn't write this down as a pro, so I can talk about it right now. When Johnny's like, "So is all the rumors true about how you can die?" And he's like, "Garlic." He goes, "I'm allergic." And he goes, The sun. I'm a vampire. It's just kind of what vampires do. A stake through the heart. Well, who wouldn't die from a stake through the heart? Like, you got me there. Got me.
I do want to add, it's probably on your list. I'll wait till your cons is up. It's probably on your list.
I'll put it down just like a 4 ready to go. Okay, tell me when you're ready.
Oh, for that one, the sun is supposed to like burn them, yeah. So how the heck did Dracula survive in the sun that long?
No. Okay. So this is how I look at it. It would be like us stepping on hot coals. Like your feet's gonna get burned, but you will survive, and it will take a second to kill you. But you're gonna get burnt and hurt because at the end of it, you saw he was burnt like he was in the desert for 6 months
He
with
was
no shade.
crispy.
Like exactly. So, and that's probably what his clothes probably help him because if you notice, most of the damage was to his face and then his cape for some reason.
Yeah, but when he was in bat form, he was just crispy. Like,
Well, that's a pro of mine. Hold on. I know. I wrote this down. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I'm gonna talk about it anyway. So when he asked Mavis about the, were you naked?
that's
And
on
he
my
was like
list too.
concerned, and then he goes,
That's on my
"Then
list as well.
where's your cosplay?" Then we'll talk about it more in depth when you bring it up, but it's not on mine. That's why I wanted to say it.
It's not on
Were
my
you sleeping
pros
on your
list, but
bed?
it's on my to talk about list.
Oh, to talk about. Yeah. So, but his interest, and it's not like, oh my gosh, you were naked. No, it was like, were you naked or
Is you have
where's your
miniature
clothes,
clothes?
Batson? Yeah.
Yeah, like
He was so
that's.
excited with those miniature clothes. And that's respectable. Johnny's a bro. That's what all I'm saying. Like,
Oh yeah.
but my number 3 is a pro and a con at the same time. So I will make that known.
All right, let's hear it.
The lies last.
You said the lies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because communication was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this. But I will say this. Everything comes to truth at the end. But when they're lying, they those are some believable lies. I'm sorry. You got this dude who's dressed up like Frankenstein, and he's just the cousin of Frankenstein. They're like, I didn't even know I had a cousin. Well, he kind of looks like Frankenstein. He has the same color going on.
Yeah, but they do make sense though. Like I would believe the majority of them.
Yeah, I'm allergic to screen cheese.
I wouldn't want to eat that either. It's terrifying.
God, yeah, his face is like, oh, pass.
Yeah, like why is my cheese screaming at me?
And it's not even like just like the son on Rick and Morty, where it's just like the whole time. It's like
And it's popping up. And like, no, I'm okay.
it's like normal cheese, and then but then when she takes a bite out of it, it's in mid scream, and she just bites its forehead off. Hilarious.
uh,
Uh, Number 4, I got how did Johnny figure out the tables?
I think he just heard it and jumped on it. But like, how did he figure out
No,
which
no, no, no,
number
no,
he
no,
was
no. He
on?
counted them. He counted them.
Ah,
He thought about it, was like, start counting from whatever Dracula said, and then just assumed, and then he just starts saying random ones, and they just so happened to be the ones he needed.
cartoon plot.
Now I'm actually
We
going to go
needed
back to
it
my
for
3
the.
real fast.
Go ahead.
The reason the lies last also pissed me off because they couldn't figure it out when they were stuttering and doing all this weird stuff.
No, right?
It just
Like,
like sorry, I realized I said pro, talked the pro side, and then I was like con. It was like, wait a minute, they could have figured it out.
but at the same
Like
time, when like your best friend, somebody you've known for hundreds of years, and they're like a reputable source, you wouldn't immediately start second guessing what they were telling.
well, he was telling them he's been to the Taj Mahal, he's done all this, and um, man, what's his name? The Sand Dude.
Maurice.
Yeah,
I think it was
something like that.
Maurice.
He's like, He stabs in all the bugs and goes, "Nobody's ever been to the Taj," and it's just bugs going out there, and it's like, then that should point it out that he said that. He's either telling the truth and not what he says he is, or he's lying and he's just trying to look cool. Which
Mm-hmm.
is it? Figure it out. But I digress.
Yeah, you should.
Uh, Getting to what you were talking about, you had Esmeralda, the rat, snitching rat.
Mm-hmm.
I have Quasimodo.
Oh, we just don't like either one of them. We're just opping on them.
Nope. Now let me. I should have done this for when you walked away. Done my little rant about Quasimodo. This man needs to just mind his own business. Dracula should have ended him because like Esmeralda can't say anything. Esmeralda's just like, hey, mm, mm.
Something's weird about
And
this
it's
one.
like, yeah, and they could just be like, he smells clean. Oh, or he smells weird. Oh, cool. No, but Quasimodo's like, human. Where is the human? And it's like,
I smell.
dog.
I speak
And then he
frozen.
kidnaps him. Still don't know how he did that,
I
but he
don't know
kidnaps
either.
Johnny.
He was very quick with
Without
it.
Dracula noticing and then getting out where Dracula couldn't catch him.
And my
Guilty.
thing is, you would think like if all of the knights and everything were trying to stop you, that obviously they were you weren't supposed to be doing what you were doing.
But then he still tries cooking him.
Oh, this is weird.
Like, and then he's the one that reveals that Johnny's a human. And then now I do like how everybody reacted because they're like, "You told us you hate humans. Why would you bring one in?" I don't like that they were like, "Oh, Johnny was a human. He let me eat his scooter." Like,
He
you think
didn't
he's
let
gonna
you
hurt
do
me?
it. He didn't let you do it.
Like, and then they're like, and what really made it is when they're all complaining about Johnny could have killed them, and it's like, dude, there's 197,000 of you, and there's one of him. I like there's only like a handful of people I think I can name in their prime life that could end at least one monster before getting devoured by somebody.
And then
Like,
on top of that, it's like, you know how many times Dracula has had this man by his neck? Like, just casually parading him around. There's no way this wimpy kid could kill you. Like, come on now. This wimpy
especially
21
because
year old.
when he scares Esmeralda,
Yeah, like, it's
and
like
he's
the
like,
rat was just like, I'm not gonna
just
lie,
makes a little.
I did like the little stare though. That was hilarious.
Just the little noise, and then he's just like, and just goes flying back. I'm glad I
Exactly.
put the
Like,
rug down so I couldn't go farther. Yeah, I couldn't
this
believe it.
man is
It made
limiting
no
his
sense,
content.
but it was funny. Yeah. Now my last one, I don't know what this means, and you're gonna have to help me figure it out.
Let's hear it.
The turn to get Johnny.
The turn to get Johnny.
Yeah.
Did you
My
mean?
guess is when they went to go get him.
Yeah, from like the airport and everything. I just don't like the timing of it all. They were like, we got 5 minutes to get there, and then there's no way, like,
Well,
after eating the sheep that they made it in time. That plane should have been long gone.
yeah. They just that whole trip made zero sense to me because it's like, first off, how did Johnny get on foot to the airport faster than they could in a drivable vehicle? And they took a big shortcut going halfway down the mountain in 13 seconds.
Mm-hmm. It just plot.
And then Dracula could have ran through the people as fast as he did straight.
Mm-hmm.
Makes
We've seen him.
doesn't make any sense.
Did all right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've seen him walk on walls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't he just run past everybody on the buildings?
because they were trying not to be seen. That's the only thing I could see, and they didn't accept until they. Now, making sure you're saying a pro. This is not a pro. Um. So they were when Frankenstein was like, they're like, we need you to get their attention, and he's like, man, I haven't got anybody's attention like that in decades. How? I don't think I got any. Let me try.
Let's
And
breathe this
then he's
process
just like,
along.
okay, let's move this along. And just and but then all the people are just like, cool, yeah, we know y'all are real. We love you guys, and they're just like, what? I'm glad somebody didn't just go, have you seen your cereal?
Oh man.
Yeah. But basically, I think the whole thing to go get Johnny was kind of weird, made no sense.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of another pro I absolutely want to put down. But that ends for me. If you want to go ahead and. What was your con? Do you remember?
I, I said it. What you wrote
What was
down?
it?
Did you write it down?
Which one?
The one that I brought up?
No.
If you didn't write it down, I don't remember it, but I'll bring it back up in the video when I edit it.
I swear I don't remember you saying it because you said, I'll wait to see if it's on your list and then just went from there.
Oh, I should have typed it down, but it's too late now. I didn't type
Yeah,
it.
whatever.
It'll be in the video. All right, we're gonna
Y'all
jump
know it.
into
Okay.
my first pro. I love like the misrepresentation of modern humans that they had. I was just like, oh, they're talking about the crop tops and everything, and how like
They're getting bigger so they can
so they can
overpower us.
overpower us, yes, and wearing less clothes so they can chase us for the mobility to chase us down. And like that whole segment just had me dying of laughter because I'm like, it's just so wrong, but it's so funny.
I talked about that in the rant when you walked away. With your food. I was like, they have the little kid up there, and he's like, you foul evil human. As the kid's just licking an ice cream cone like a 4-year-old.
It was so great, bro. Like I absolutely loved it. I died of laughter with it. Like when I'm watching it, I was like, come on, bro. Like, oh man. All right, my second one is the housekeeping witches. They were just great. Like I can't say too much on them. They were just amazing. It was a nice touch to have, you know what I'm saying? Like housekeeping that made
Have you
sense.
seen all the Hotel Transylvanias?
I've watched the first and second one. I haven't seen anything after that.
You gotta when we're gonna do them eventually, but
Mm-hmm.
wait for the third one. You'll really like them.
Bet, because I like the witches. They were not only were they funny, like the gags they had, and it's like him fart, and it's just like, and then they put it in the fire.
But it blows it up.
I love it. I loved everything that they. It's like they did their job. They were effective, but they did it in funny ways.
Yeah. The sponge that cleaned up
Yeah,
the
like
pee.
the pee is just like.
It's like, where do you get that sponge?
Oh man.
Okay. What's your three?
My third pro, the movie is cute. It's cute as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like their bat forms are adorable. Like the zing element, everything about it is just cute.
God.
I love all of it.
They kind of mess with it in later movies, but
Hmm. Just in the first one, the bat forms I found them very cute. Like Mavis's bat form was adorable. Even Dracula's is very cute. Everything about the
dude,
movie was just cute.
can't wait for us to do the second movie so we can talk about more bat forms.
Oh
Cause,
yeah. All right.
but
So my fourth pro, the main cast of monsters are actually pretty lit. Like
yeah,
Frankenstein, Maurice, I forgot what exactly he was supposed to be, Invisible Man, Werewolf. Like,
well,
and
he's
that,
supposed to be a pharaoh. He's just like a pharaoh came back like a mummy. He's a
oh,
mummy.
okay, yeah. Like just the main cast in general. I really do like the. I enjoy him.
The Invisible
Yeah.
Man. He stuck his hand in my mouth to see if it would disappear.
And then like when he was naked, he's like, "It's cold. Don't judge me." Like, bro, they
Yeah,
can't
I
see
just
you.
got out of the I just got out of the water. Oh my god! And then the Wolfman pulls it down and goes, "Kids, why would you do that?"
It was so.
And the kids took the blame. The kids were just like, "Yeah, we did that."
And the funnier thing is like that scene he had on clothes, and then the next like after that, there's just no more clothes at all. Like what? And then him going,
It explains it in the fourth movie.
okay. And then him taking his glasses off and squaring up with Jack.
And then he beats Dracula, and Dracula's just like,
Hold this
"Oh,
bacon.
whiff."
He's like, hold this bacon. Why am I holding back? Dude, the whole movie was just so good, bro. I love it. All right, my fifth pro is Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny, he definitely made the movie better. And it's like his goofiness was perfect. You know, it wasn't too over the top. It wasn't too crazy. And then once he found out they were real monsters and his panic was genuine, it was legit. It wasn't like a, oh, whatever. He was genuinely tweaking.
Something I like about Johnny is that, like, it, obviously there's a main cast of characters, but who's the main story about?
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Like, there's no individual person that like that's my main guy. No, it's
No,
everybody,
literally everybody.
and that's lit. And Johnny feels like very important to the story. Like without Johnny, you don't have a story.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Because it's like without Johnny, they only other story route that I see is Mavis actually going and exploring, or like they just keep like the hotel element to it. Like all these monsters are here, and then they just show like what they're
They
doing
just have
there.
a
But
good happy birthday.
yeah,
There's
that's
no
it.
drama.
No drama. It's just a good birthday, and then it's like okay, bye. You know. But
Yeah.
even Johnny came in and made the birthday more lit. So it's like I don't know.
Oh god.
I think
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
wonder
Like for
how
the
that
most
would have
part,
went.
there's no story without him.
But then, like, there's no story without Mavis. There's no story without Dracula.
You need
Uh,
everybody.
there are stories without like the Mummy, Frankenstein,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the Wolfman. But they add so much to it that without them, it would have been a completely different movie.
It just wouldn't have been as good.
Exactly.
Okay. My next pro, the comedy, is definitely the comedy. You know, I went into it expecting not to laugh as much as I did when I was younger watching it, of course, but like it still got me. And then there's new things in it that I heard and listened to that in my adult mind that I appreciated a lot more. And definitely that cold joke was one of them. Because it's like, you wouldn't have understood
Nobody
that
can
as a
see
child.
you.
No, one, nobody can
Nobody can
see
see
you.
you.
And two, just the like, knowing that that's like a dick joke is hilarious.
Uh, yeah,
All right, and then
it's crazy.
going into my last pro, it's the bond that Dracula and Johnny actually end up building. Like the complete 180. I really do enjoy like with the floating tables and everything, and you can see Dracula's like, okay, maybe being uptight about everything isn't the way to go.
I'm not a boy. I'm a man. And he's just in the corner, like feet up. I can't even stretch like that to get his thumb out of his mouth.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it was so good. But that's all my pros. That's all I got.
So something you brought up with Johnny that I don't think I will bring up in mine is that when Mavis is like, "Why didn't you tell me that you felt the same?" And he's just like, "I thought your dad was going to suck all my blood out and kill me or something." And he goes, "No, I would. Yeah, I would have.
I would
Yeah,
have.
that was my plan. That was my plan." And Mavis just accepted that. Was like, "Oh, okay, makes sense." Okay, now here's mine. First off, we're thinking the same boat, but we're on different sides. I put zombie help. The zombie butlers.
They were great too. The zombies were great. The knights were great. Like all of
Hold on,
the
hold on.
extras
I'll
were
get to
just
the knights. I'll
amazing.
get to the knights. Hold off on the knights. I'll get to them. But the zombies just are like, okay, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. And they're just like, but this is how they do it. Like they don't gotta say words. You know
You
exactly
know
how
how
they
they feel.
feel.
And then the one that was like seeking appreciation from his role in the village. Draggy was like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you did okay, whatever.
Oh. Oh my god! And then when they're showing all of them getting there, and one of the zombies goes to lift up the bags, and his arms come off, but he just keeps walking away, and his arms just start following.
They
Great.
were, oh, I love them.
Uh, let's see. Number two, I have Johnny's damage ability. This man gets thrown against a wall, slammed into things, basically
Oh,
to
his
the head,
durability do
and
go
seriously
crazy.
hurt. Yeah, that's what he put all his stats in charisma and durability. That's it. He has zero attack, zero intimidation, zero everything. Just bam.
And he put two into the smart, into the into the intelligence.
Just two.
Just two.
He's a he gets a plus 15 in the other two stats, and then that's just
Two.
plus two. Whatever. Um, Number three, the thought of calling him Frankenstein's cousin. Like that lie was on the spot immediately,
Mhm.
and I just wasn't ready for it. Like when you're watching it, you're like, "Damn, how are they gonna get it? It's Frankenstein's cousin." What?
And then like the long elaborate explanation. And he's like, I have pig strangler in my bloodline? That's great.
Cool, cool. uh, but then I also have four. I have a lot of Johnny's stuff on this. Johnny's innocence, where he's just like, "Oh, I saw some flaming dudes and just followed them. I went through a scary forest, and who's not gonna go through a scary forest?" He's just walking and then just trips into the spider web, and
that would have made me die of a heart attack, bro, because that spider was
you're
scary.
not you're not talking about the 6'5" dude who's in the cafe like screamed out about the scary forest, and he's just like, picture, like,
Yeah,
dude.
that's spider web with it. I don't like spiders, so that would have I would the movie would have been over, bro. I would have died of a heart attack.
He would have changed skin colors. That's
I
what.
would
That's
have.
how bad he scared
I
him. He
would
would have
have.
went white.
If I would have fell into a spider and that spider looked like that, oh yeah. You would have see all the color just drain from me, like it'd be over.
Ugh. Let's see. Number five, I put a realistic home school relationship. So like when she saw Johnny and realized, she's like, "Who's that?" Just normal, and then finds out, wait, he's my age. Hey, do you want to talk? Hey, you want to do this? Hey, hey, hey,
Mhm.
hey, 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 hey. I want to get to know you. I want to get to know you. And then it's like, that makes sense. Makes sense. And then the
Especially,
zing moment, the actual zing moment,
yeah, especially when all she knows was that castle and
and
the
then
other
all those
monsters that showed
monsters.
up. Yeah, it's like so seeing somebody new, especially after 118 years, seeing somebody new is probably like super refreshing. It's probably especially somebody her age. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I think it makes a lot of sense. Now here comes my favorite thing about part of this movie. If
Let's
this
hear
was
it.
a golden pro, it's a golden pro. Frankenstein's fall when he dives into the pool.
Oh yeah, you expected like this big splash, and it's just like, and he
No, no,
falls
no, no, no.
apart.
No, that's not at all what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fall itself. When he's like, "Don't worry, honey, the Stein boys are bred for this." And then he jumps off, and then it pans from a wide view, and it's just It gets me every time. It tickles me. That's my favorite part of the movie. Like if they took everything out and just said that was the movie, I'd give it an A plus. Like that's all I need. I'm feeling sad and depressed. What do? I just watch Frankenstein go.
I'm gonna bring it up every chance that I get, and that's exactly the Richard Watterson for me. That's a Richard Watterson for me. And I'm gonna put it in every video that I mention it. You guys are gonna see Richard Watterson just float down.
Oh, you gotta play both of them. You gotta play. Oh, it just him. Just him.
Hey, baby, how you doing? My girlfriend joined.
Ooh, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Okay, so next 7 contact lenses.
Oh, how they were able to repel the Dracula's.
Yeah, but that's not even what makes that part great. That's like, okay, that makes sense. It's supposed to actually distort a normal base eyesight to make you see better. When Johnny's trying to be like, oh look, take it out.
He's like, that is the most disturbing thing.
Get your hands. And you're talking to a man that has like moose knuckle sandwiches kind of thing. So
And like the casual buffet was just the grossest thing I've ever heard at the buffet. And he's just like him trying to get the contact lens out of his eyes, the most grotesque thing Dracula has ever seen. I absolutely love it.
Crazy. Okay. Number 8 is the knights being one person.
Oh yeah, the hive mind basically.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's a great idea. It makes a lot of sense for that style of character, as well as when Quasimodo kicks one of them in the groin.
It's on my
it's
talk
like,
about list.
Ow!
Why did that hurt?
And then when Johnny, hold on, this is also something. Johnny overpowers one of them. Right? Yeah, when Mavis was getting into it with her dad about an emergency, and and Johnny's over there in the background, like messing with it, and the thing's just whooping his ass, and then all of a sudden, Johnny's got the helmet on, and then when he takes the helmet off, it's like, man, that kid smells. You ain't got a nose, sir. How do you know?
How do you know this? The same way that hurt, I guess. Phantom body parts.
So it's crazy, Danny Phantom. So my last one is Wendy.
Oh yeah.
She's got 99 brothers, and she's the only girl, and she's the ruler.
Mm-hmm.
They will stop fighting because they don't want to mess with Wendy.
Does any of your kids still respect you? Wendy.
Oh yeah, Wendy, front and center. And then she just walks through, and all the boys are like, "Don't move, do not move."
And then her sniffing, it is just like, he did this, got into this car, needs an oil change, this, and that.
Yeah, he ordered the vegetarian meal.
Like, how do you know this?
That's a great sniffer. That's what that is. Well, that's all I got. What you want to talk about? Because you said you got to talk about a list.
Well, we talked about
everything.
It was the night nut shot and the clothes question about the bat.
Yeah. See, I told you I'd bring them up. I always seem to do it. Bring up your talk about questions. So let's get into this draft, shall we?
What are we doing for this draft? What are we doing?
Are you ready? This is a live draft. We're coming up with the sequence on the spot. So you're gonna take 3 people to find Johnny. Who you taking?
All right, on the spot to find Johnny. All right,
and I'll let you go first.
All right, and I go first. All right. Oh, this is tough. On the spot is tough. I would say I'll take the werewolf. I forgot what his name was, but I do want him.
I'm just gonna put Wolfman.
Yeah, Wolfman.
Okay. That was on my thought. I think I'm gonna just snag Frankenstein from you.
Okay. All right. Woo.
Because you got to think, you have to go through the same sequence. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to get through. You got to figure out where they're going, get through the lambs, get through the town, and then get there.
That's the hard part of on the spot is doing all of this. I said I got Wolfman and dang, bro.
Come on, man. I'm gonna throw a shot clock on you, bro.
All right,
Give me 30 seconds.
and it's
Draft
anybody.
clock.
It's anybody. Like I could take anybody.
Anybody.
I
Yeah.
want I want one of the want at least one of the witches, one of the housekeeping witches, just at least one of them.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because they all three always seem to always be together in every movie they're in. You get all of them. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and take Mavis.
I was thinking Mavis too.
I know that's why I stole it.
All right, then my last one would just be Drac then.
See, I was thinking I had two people and I wanted either Mavis or Drac, and I thought if I didn't, you'd Dracula. Okay, and then I'm gonna take Wendy.
Okay.
Now here's why. I'm gonna lay my sequence out real fast. First off, Wendy is getting rid of those sheep, whether she eats them or throws them off. No
Oh
matter
yeah,
what.
definitely. She's definitely getting rid of them.
But then she already got the smell. You can't use Wendy anymore, so you gotta.
Got to figure something else out, but that's where the witches come in play because I'm pretty sure they have some sort of tracking spell.
Fair enough. I took Frankenstein so he can get the attention of the crowd. Then I got Mavis to go get him. So, boom.
And say if they see flying witches, they'll definitely get the attention of the crowd. And then on top of that, we got Drac to flip the plane around like he did. So we're good.
Talk about that. Talk about that. When Frankenstein yells and he's like, "That's the real Drac," and the guy's like, "Prove it." Drac takes his mind over, makes him slam his cup against his head.
I'm listening.
And then the guy's just like, "Continue."
It was so good.
That made me.
And it was so good.
Made it great.
I want to talk about that real quick. It was so good because it was real. It was realistic. And somebody was like, prove it. And it's immediately proved because somebody's going to want it to be proven. They're not just going to be like, whatever. They want it to be proven. And the fact that it was proven so swiftly, he's just like, okay. And it reminded me of Finn from Adventure Time, where the vampire lord dude was like, "Can I finish speaking?" And Finn's like, "Stake you!" And then he grabs his hand and he's like, "Okay, carry on."
Y'all ain't ready for that. Adventure Time. Okay, now we're on to the grading. Now, do you have a grading ready?
Yeah, I do actually. I have my ratings.
Okay, we're out at 25 because there is no episode grading on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you would like to go ahead and go.
All right, so for entertainment, I gave it a 25 out of 25.
Ooh, I think that's your first 100%.
It's my first. Yes, it is. I absolutely love this movie, dude. And going back and rewatching it, the jokes.
You didn't realize you loved it so much?
I didn't. I genuinely didn't. I knew when I first watched it, I enjoyed it, but I didn't know that I actually liked this movie like this.
Yeah, trust me. So this is how I got to liking it again. When I first watched it, I was like, it's a cool movie, whatever. Didn't really think much of it because I was in I was in middle school when this came out.
Mm-hmm.
But then I didn't really watch it till high school, and I was just like, cool. Well, my dad would play it anytime we were over their house for my son, and now when it's on, I'm like, play that. My son's like, and like,
put that on the TV.
So we're like, cool. Yeah, exactly. Like when I was like, hey, do you want to watch Hotel Transylvania so I could do my notes? And he's like, yes. So didn't realize how much we love the movie until afterward.
All right. My characters, the likability or likable, I gave it a 24 out of 25.
Okay.
And the only reason I didn't give it a full 25 is Quasimodo and Esmeralda. They were just killing the vibe, bro. And that
But
fly dude,
here's the
and the fly dude that speak like he's like, I speak frozen. It's like, shut up. No, you don't. Shut up.
no. He makes it up by no, don't copy that.
See, no, he was great, but I was just saying, like, in that moment, it's like, shut up. Don't be a snitch. Don't narc.
Yeah, he was cray. He was cray.
The development, I
Uh,
gave a 24 out of 25.
Character development, 24 out of 25. Okay. What's your reason?
Basically the same reason. The only person who ruined it was Quasimodo.
How does he ruin the character development?
Because
When
he
you
was the
really think about
only
it,
one who was just like, nah.
but they needed a villain.
I
They
know they
needed a
needed a
villain, and
villain.
he had to play the villain. He played the villain.
I'm aware. He was still part of the movie. He was still part of the characters. He's still part of the development. He didn't develop. I don't like it. 24 out of 25.
Whatever.
Story, I gave a 25 out of 25.
Ooh.
It was a really good story.
Interesting.
I really liked the story. And it's like I understood all of the elements of it. It never like really derailed to the point where it's like, what's going on here? It was straightforward the whole movie. Dracula wanted to protect his daughter
Well, you
and
know
wanted to
why?
keep her locked up. Oh, talk about it. Let's go.
It's it's because it was an Adam Sandler helped written movie. If you've ever seen an animated Adam Sandler movie, they always have great storyline developments.
I think that's like the only Adam Sandler movie, animated movie I've seen. Maybe I could be lying, but
Well, we're gonna review a bunch of them here
I
soon,
know,
so
I know, I gotta watch him.
okay. But okay, so you got those in. Do you want to keep talking about the storyline and how you feel about it? Why
Nope,
you gave it a 25?
I
Since
think we
kind of
glazed it
interrupted.
enough.
He's just like, it's perfect. Okay. So me and you are completely different on these thought processes of this. Entertainment, I gave it a 22 out of 25. Even though I would literally just said I would love to watch it every time it comes on. Anytime I see it on Nickelodeon, anytime I'm like past it on Peacock, I'm like, throw it on. I got
Hmm.
time, watch it. I'm looking at it as an overall perspective. That's what I thought because I didn't want to overly glaze it for being the greatest movie ever, and I'll tell you why here shortly.
Yeah.
But like entertainment for me, I do love it as a movie. I think it's one of my favorites. I literally think it's number one on my list, and now you know why.
Hmm.
On like cartoon animated movies, but I just think there was aspects of it that like it was basically you were just watching a small story being told in a
Hmm.
long sequence. So I felt like it didn't feel like a movie. It just felt like a 40-minute special that spanned for an hour and a half.
Hmm.
So
And
like
is
yes,
that
I'm entertained. Yes, I like it, but
is it one of those like give me more type situations?
technically no, because you're not asking for more afterwards. You're just like happy with what had happened.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, Character likability, I also gave it 24. Uh, Basically for the same reason. Like they're characters that I'm like you don't like Quasimodo as a villain, which is a good and bad thing. It's bad because you want people to like the villain enough to be like, "Boo, you suck," but I'm happy you're here. No, Quasimodo's like, "Get out of here!
Yeah,
I hate you!
it's like leave, get
Why
out.
do let you here?"
Why are
It's
you still breathing?
yeah, basically. Now this is where we really differ. Character development, I gave it 21.
Oh, let's hear the
Because when you
reason.
really think about it, name the development. The development is that the monsters don't hate humans anymore. That's the only development that really changes, other than Dracula being like less overprotective of his daughter. Those are the
That's
only two real developments.
that's what I was looking at the most for the development was Dracula's change because and honestly he's the one that should be the most uptight. Is like if I lost my wife to these group of people, I would most definitely hate them too. I'm not gonna lie. They're probably if I would, as long as he did, dislike these group of people because like you took my love, you know. So it's like
Yeah.
for him to like soften up and actually allow his daughter to be with one of the people that took his love from him. That's why I gave develop one of the reasons why I gave development so high.
See, and I understand that because you went with like the heart of the character, where I'm going as everybody.
Mhm.
Because when you think, because as we said earlier, this movie doesn't really have a main character. It's just a main group of characters.
Right.
And when the only development is everybody they like Johnny, find out he's a human, have a little distrust, and then be like, well, we actually liked him a lot. He was cool. But y'all overreacted trying to get shipped out again.
Oh yeah, they were immediately trying to leave.
But so that's why I didn't give it that high. And then for storyline, I gave it 22 because, as I said, for the entertainment, it felt like there was a lot of scenes that didn't need to be in it, but I'm glad was in it. Just for it to 40-minute special that got pushed for it. How long is this movie actually? It's literally an hour and a half. So
Mhm.
there were scenes that probably didn't need to be in there if we were gonna not do it, but for a movie, it worked great.
Right. No, I understand that.
Uh, Now I'll tell you this right now, both of us gave it way too high of a grade compared to everybody. Uh, so I grade this a B plus. I gave it an 89.
Mhm.
Still great for a movie. You gave it a 98 if you couldn't figure that out already.
Oh yeah.
A plus. Now the reason we did this movie is because I went to watch one of my son went to watch it a few weeks ago, and I was like, I saw Peacock has the Rotten Tomato scores on it.
Mhm.
I saw the Rotten Tomato scores and almost flipped crap. I literally texted this man right here and was like, "Hey, we're doing Hotel Transylvania." He's like, "Cool."
Yeah, that's pretty much how our work relationship goes. He's just like, we're doing this, and I'm like,
So here's what it is. We gave it pretty good. We gave it a grade that I think is fair. If you really are into this style of movie, 98 works great. If you're really critical of movies like this, 89 should work for you.
mhm.
The tomato meter is at 44.
What the hell?
They failed it.
No, that don't sit right with me.
That's not the audience score. That's the critic score.
Oh, we don't care what they say.
The audience score is still low. I'll give
50.
you a chance to guess what it is.
50.
Hold on, let me say this. It did get a positive rating, but it's not.
70.
There you go. If this was Price is Right, you almost hit it on the money. 72.
Uh,
The fans gave it a 72. Y'all don't know what y'all are talking about for this
they
movie.
don't know what they're
Go back
talking
and
about, bro.
rewatch it. Go back and They probably had 12-year-olds do this. Like me and you were 12 when this movie came out. So it's probably why we would have gave it the same grade.
Yeah,
Go back and rewatch
we
it.
definitely wouldn't have appreciated it as much as we did watching it now. Also, before we get out of here today, I want to thank Ethan. Ethan has been here since the start of this stream, bro. Ethan has watched the entirety of this episode, bro. The whole thing. Like, huge shout out to you, Ethan. You don't have to say anything in chat, but huge shout out to you, bro. I've seen your name in the top viewers this whole stream.
Hey, I can't see it. Like I don't have the same view he does. So Ethan, I appreciate you. You the one. Tell me what you think about my rant. If you hated it, I don't care. But I just like to hear feedback. Uh,
Huge shout out
he'll
to
read it
Ethan.
out loud if you say that.
If he says any, if they say anything, I will let you know what they say. But huge shout out to Ethan for being here the entirety of this stream.
He just turned it on, fell asleep. He's asleep. But
all right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, huge shout out to Ethan. But okay, but look, we're gonna go ahead and call it. We're gonna get out of here. You guys have a great night. Take it easy, be good people, and that good stuff. We love y'all. Remember to keep it animated. And we'll see y'all in the next one. All right, all right, all right. All right, guys. See y'all later.